So it's a chilly January. Happy New Year everyone, and welcome back to another video, the first one of the year. And what we're going to attempt to do is clean out the gym.
No, clean out this to turn it into
Sorry, clean out this room, finish the block work, render the walls, tile the floor, paint everything, fix some steel work up for a pull-up bar and everything, all in this episode. Fingers crossed. Okay, so after a quick clean up in here, what I need to do now is cut some ducting or conduit for the cables, and I'll show you the mess that I have of cables and what I intend to do. So as you can see, I have a power supply in this corner and two cables going up and across, and then there's a whole jumble of connections and stuff, which I want all of that the other side of the wall, except I'm going to put a box, like a junction box for the light in this room, etc. right here. Yeah, so I need to get these cables in, some of them inducting and some of them just the other side of the wall, so I'll do that now. So as you can see, I've tidied the wiring up a little bit better. This one's going to come over the top in a piece of ducting like so. These are all in the junction box now, and the others are the other side of the wall, so I can finish building the wall and then clip it to the wall. What I've got to do now, or what I want to do now, is run a tube from here to the other side and weld some braces on it, so I can use that as a pull-up bar. And that'll be this tube that I've just gone and picked up. So it's a 6 metre one, cut in half, or one half is longer than the other, one piece is longer than the other. So here's the tube. I'm going to do it from the top of the wall over here, beside the junction box. Yeah, it's going directly underneath this one. So I'm going to have to drill a hole in here. Oh, I knock everything over. Drill a hole in here so I can go through this block, and then I'll fill that with concrete. Yeah, and then I'm going to weld some braces on it so it will strengthen the roof but also strengthen this bar, and it won't bend when I'm
hanging off it.
when I have my slight frame hanging off it.
So what's the weight?
Yeah, well, we don't need to go into that.
Okay, right, well, cup of tea's ready, darling, so
this might seem a bit extravagant size drill bit for this drill, but it'll do it, I'm sure. So for this hole, I think I'll just stitch drill around with this. Do it coming up a little bit, but I think that'll be okay. So I've moved the light position now, fixed it to the ceiling on this side, and I've cut some slices of steel. I'm going to weld them here where I've cleaned the steel off as braces along here, just so then I've got two bars that are braced together. I might put some triangle braces in, but I don't think I need to. And that should keep that firm. smoky in here. So I've added this extra pipe from the top of the lintel across the doorway here to give like a 90-degree angle here. And what I've done, I don't know if you can make this out, I've bird mouthed the end of the pipe and I'm going to weld it on there. Yeah, the light's not too good, sorry. That'll give this pipe a little more sideways lateral support and also give you more options for doing your pull-ups and things. That's what I think anyway. Okay, so that's most of the, well, all of the welding done. What I need to do now is secure this end down, and so I need to cut these blocks to accommodate for that. So I need to measure there 270 to 320, and obviously it's 50 mil. So we'll mark these out on blocks where we do the cuts. We'll make the cuts on them. We've got to measure these bits as well, and then just mortar them all in. Not much room there. So there we go, all blocked in. I got a little bit to do around here when it's all dried off from behind. But yeah, chin block work finished. So, and all the welding's done, we know that. Look from the outside. All the awkward cuts all done now. Like I said, I'm going to sort the wiring out on the back, put it into conduits and stuff, and then this will be rendered. But where the cold room is, I'm not going to render it, so I'm going to build the cold room first and then render afterwards. And then the next job, I suppose, is rendering in here before we tile the floor. So okay, so now the block work's done. I'm doing some render preparation. I'll just show you what I mean. So here we have, in the original block work, a big lump. You probably can't see it from there. If I do this, you can see this lump here. Yeah, basically it's sticking out quite a bit. So what I'll have to do is go around with a scotch hammer and knock these lumps off. Yeah, I filled in some of the holes last night with the excess mix I had, but yeah, these lumps need to go because otherwise the render on these bits here, you know, this wall would have to be over an inch thick. So, and I filled in a few holes and things all around, so just getting it as flat as we can before we render it. Okay, so I've looked everywhere, and here in this area of Portugal I can't seem to get corner beads for the render, or what they call render beads. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I've cut this piece of timber to fit on this edge like so, as you can see, which then will form me a bit of a, it's all dark, hang on, bit of a rebate in here. So I'll fix this to, I've pre-drilled holes in it and fix it sort of there, like so. Better from this angle, better light, yeah. That gives me then a neat straight edge to render to, and then I'll put an arras trowel down the edge. I'll show you an arras trowel in a minute. So like I said, once this is fixed in, I'm going to use these screws through pre-drilled holes I've drilled here into the aluminium frame, not aluminum, and then I'll use this arras trowel. Can you see this? It's got a curved edge on it. This is specifically for concrete finishing, or I'm using it in rendering, so I'll use that on this edge for the render, like so, and that'll give this a nice rounded edge, but also nice and straight. Okay, so I've also put a piece across the top here, and these struts are just holding that up, and I've screwed it in from the outside. So I've got now the whole window framed. I don't know if it's really bad. Yeah, you can see now, nearly. Sorry about the light. But you see what I mean? This gap in here now will be filled with render, and then I'll put an arras edge on here. So yeah, we're all ready to go. I'll sweep the floor, make sure the floor is nice and clean, so if anything that does drop on the floor I can use on the wall. Simple as that. So I may need to explain something. I've been clutching my side a couple of times while rendering this wall up. Reason being, my wife is laughing. I fell off getting off my bike just like right outside the door here. Christmas Eve, caught my foot in the footrest and just fell over on the side onto a big pile of the granite slabs, which I didn't clean up, obviously, and I broke a rib here. But it's not too bad.
Self-inflicted.
We're working through it. So this is the arrows trowel on the edges. I don't know if you can see there, but let's give this now, probably can't see it, a rounded edge. You'll see better when I strip the shutter off. So as you can see there, I'm experimenting with a different technique. I'm just using the trowel and instead of floating it off, because I'm a bit pressed for time, so I'm just going to float it off with the steel float and water, like you would if you were finishing off plaster. And we'll see the end results tomorrow and see what it looks like. So while I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm going to go and find out what Angie's been doing. And it looks like she's in here. Oh, you've hoovered the pool table.
Yes, I gave it a hoover and a brush.
Cool.
Because I've rearranged our little meerkat collection a little bit, because again, thank you Karen for bringing over these new little guys at the moment. She has said that she's got the boxes that she'll bring over next time she's back, so that's brilliant. But I think I'm 3 missing out of the whole collection. Can
I just say you're a grown woman? And she's also been busy in the greenhouse. What have you been doing in here?
Well, apart from looking out for our little pet conehead mantis, who is...
You've not given him a name yet?
Monty.
Monty?
Monty Bantus.
What?
Put me on the spot. Fiona very kindly gave me a few succulent cuttings. So I've planted these guys up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a really good little variegated one there. This one and those there. So they're ready for, well, I say they'll hopefully take root and grow a boris.
Oh, look, they've grown the bars.
Hello. And I've also, Jackie and Cyril brought over some seeds for me. And one packet was lithops, which are known as living stones.
Yeah.
And I planted them, put them under here. And there was only 6 seeds, but look, 2 have come up. Don't know if you can see. So
Okay.
that's really, well, for me that's very exciting. So let's say they're just under here as a little bit of extra protection, keep them, because obviously this time of year is probably not the best time to be growing things.
See the basil's flowering.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
So this is some of the cotton that we've...
Well, it's just the one plant did
just
it,
one
the other
plant,
one...
but it all seems to be coming to fruition and making
Cotton. I don't think I'll get much out of it.
You're not making a t-shirt out of that, are you?
I wouldn't have thought so, but it's really... So there is a seed in there, isn't there? I hope. I don't know. Shove it back in again.
Cool. So here we go, moment of truth on the windows. Probably hasn't come out brilliant because of how deep it was. I had to pack it in there, so let's see, I'm sure it could be patched up. I've got 2 screws in there. Not too bad. Weirdly, a lot of... Okay, so it shows that this timber I used, this cheap pallet wood, obviously contains a lot of sugar in it because it's slightly retarded the surface with it. It looks right, I'll show you close up. So, a little bit of patching up to do here, but not bad at all really. On this side.
That's looking alright, isn't it?
Yeah. So today I was trying to get the the round bale in through a door. Round bale through a square door, it won't fit. Basically it's too wide. So I've asked the boss to come and look, and we're going to devise a plan. It would probably mean we'll cut the strings and stack it in this corner by hand, you know what I mean, instead of just rolling it in there. Let's see. So as this won't fit through the wall, through the gap, I decided we're going to try and cut it with a handsaw, which was virtually impossible, yeah, because you can't get the tip. It's not big enough.
Not meaty enough.
It's not a chainsaw, is it? So we're going to give this a go. See, I can have to start it with this rib bit. Yay. So we persevered with the chainsaw, and we think we got enough off to be able to roll it in here and get it in there somehow. Let's give it a go. strings are all coming off. I'll come your side.
Do you want to go that side because that's the jammy side, isn't it?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I reckon that's in there.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Another fun bit, trying to get it in there.
Yeah. I thought I would. Maybe. Hang on.
Careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move all these. Can we upend it, you think?
Well, I think we need to get it that way a little bit more, don't we? Because it'll get caught on the
Yeah.
thing otherwise.
Yeah, we put them there.
Yeah. I just wonder whether that could be on there a little bit more.
That's okay.
Yeah, do we need to...
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't, it was already...
I'll just right there, it'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah. So I reckon if we can bring it this way a bit and then upend it and then
Yeah.
just shove, it should shuffle under, shouldn't it?
It's going to be tight, isn't it?
But I can't lift it on my own.
No. Hey.
What do you think? Oh, come on, look. It's that much. You know what they say? Measure once, cut twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, spin it around.
Yeah.
This end, come back here. This is called how to make an easy job hard. Hang on. So it gets a water.
Yeah, pretty much, isn't it? Because it's round, so it's...
So that's it then. So the purpose of putting this in here and not cutting the strings is because if we cut the strings,
It just
it'll probably fill the whole barn, so it's quite tightly packed. The chainsaw thing worked. Time for a cup of tea now, eh?
Yeah. Poor unfit people.
So there goes, that's that all laid up now, but I may have had a change of heart, something I want to show you. I'll get the camera in the right spot, hopefully this will work. Oh no, I've got the camera shining down the wall, okay. So normally, I would use this and create these marks on the wall, yeah, to give what they call a scratch coat. So that gives the key for the next coat to bond it onto, yeah. But I'm so pleased with yesterday's wall results. I'll show you in a minute. And this thing here is called a derby. Basically what I should do before I scratch coat this is go over it with this, to give you the flattest edge, as straight as you can, both vertically and horizontally. But I'll just put this against the wall. Look, we got about 1 millimetre here. I'm fairly pleased with that. So I think I'm going to do the same as what I did with this one. I'm quite pleased with. And just do it in one coat, trowel it off. So on this wall I've decided to use a little bit of insulation, 40mm insulation as a float, and a little bit of water. I'm just doing this to fill in high spots and rub off the high spots and fill in the low spots. Use the high spot there. So in the wall I finished last night, we found this, a big chunk of render came off. And there's a hole in it, and I couldn't work it out for a couple of hours this morning. And then on the floor when I was sweeping up, I found this little fella, like a mealworm type thing, and it's about the size of the hole that's in the wall there. So I'm assuming he was in the blockwork somewhere, and when I rendered over it he needed oxygen and pushed his way out through. Amazing. So in this big echoey room now, we have to leave it waiting for everything to dry. That's all the walls plastered, I'll show you. Sorry, as I was saying, that's all the walls rendered. You see the dark marks where the joints are, where the moisture's got into the joint, and it's going to take a longer to dry out, but yeah. All done, all rendered, ready for a coat of paint. We've got to paint the pull-up bars through here and then tile the floor, but that'll be in next week's video. So in the meantime, let's go and see what Angie's doing in the kitchen. Oh, and it looks like she's starting to take down the Christmas decorations. And what are you doing with the blowtorch? Ah, I can guess what's wrong.
Yes.
We had pine sesame caterpillars in our Christmas tree.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Luckily it was, well, little nest. There weren't many and they're only little, so...
Just a few, yeah.
But I just want to get rid of them before the dogs come out, so...
Yeah.
So I shall keep an eye on that.
So what are you doing now, Ange?
Picking our limes.
Okay.
Because I'm going to start to make Indian lime pickle.
Ooh.
So, as you can see, our limes are quite, some of them are quite ripe, so limes actually do go yellow when they're ripe, so I'll take that little one there and
Yeah, the hops.
So we've got a really good... This tree's done really, really well, because at one stage it was looking a bit ropey, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've just picked a few. There's probably that and more still on this tree, and we have another tree as well, which is probably, maybe not quite as many, but it's got a good few, so I think our limes are doing really well. Okay, so I've got the 2 pounds of limes. Now this recipe for the Indian lime pickle, I'm taking from, found it online, it's fermentationrecipes.com, so there's lots of other strange bubbly recipes on that site, but I thought we've got lots of limes, so I'm going to use them up. Now this is going to take, the first part will take up to 4 weeks, so this isn't a quick thing, so Nick, you're going to have to wait a little while for your lime pickle, I'm afraid. Okay. So I've got 2 pounds of limes, and all I'm going to do with those guys, cut them into wedges and put them in my nice big pot here. So, look at that, lovely. So I'm just doing them in each half in quarters, if that makes sense. Yeah?
Each half in half then? That's eighths.
No, that's a half.
Yeah. That's a quarter.
That's a half of a half.
Quarter and
no,
eighths.
Each half in quarters.
Wow, anything so ridiculous in my life.
It's true.
Okay.
See, each half.
Okay, so leave everything on the thing.
Oh.
Right.
I won't have room for all that.
No, just how many bits have you got?
8.
Right.
I'm the one holding the knife, darling. You need to be careful. It smells lovely and limey in here at the moment. So that's the last one. So those are now in my large jar here. And to that we add salt, turmeric, and I'm using our own apple cider vinegar. So that's an extra boost of niceness for us. So the salt, I'm using Himalayan pink salt. It just so happens that some nice salt that we use, and I'm putting in 4 tablespoons. So 1, 2, obviously everybody can count to 4, I hope. 3, 4. So it's 4 of those. Turmeric also goes into this as well. And I'm putting in 3 tablespoons of turmeric. So 1, 2, 3. Soon this will be our own turmeric because like I said, I should be able to harvest ours and get that sliced up and dried and turned into a powder, so that's going to be really, really good from my point of view, I think. And then some vinegar, and I'm putting in a tablespoon of vinegar. It'll probably be a slightly more just to, because it sort of pours over a little bit. So that goes in there. Now I need to give this a good mix, and it gets put into just somewhere dark, not too hot, so cool, dark place, so cupboard or a shelf somewhere out of the way. We give it a mix up every couple of days just to make sure it's all going well, and that needs to do this for about 4 weeks, because what that does, that breaks down the skin on the lime, because in a lime pickle you eat the whole lot, you eat the skin as well, so the fermentation helps to break all that down and make it more palatable in your pickle. So here goes, I'll just get another spoon to mix it with. So like I said, with things like this, don't use a metal spoon in there. It's not so bad for the measuring side of things, but for actually getting in and stirring. So I've now got, thank you so much Nina from our Amazon wish list, a couple of new Kenwood spatulas. I love these spatulas, they're so good. So once again Nina, thank you so much. they've definitely been put to use.
A lovely Christmas present from our wish
Oh
list.
yes, thank you so much. So just the turmeric with the lime, it already looks lovely. I don't know what it is, it just looks...
Smells beautiful.
So we'll give that a mix.
Limey and earthy. Not actual earth, turmeric.
No, turmeric's fairly... Okay, so I've got one of these little, like I say, they were sort of, I think, cookie jars or something like that. I've had them a long time. But that goes on. It's not an airtight seal, so it can do its little business. But what I should also do, I'll get a tea towel just to wrap it around, and I'll put it on the shelf next to my apple cider vinegar SCOBY. So I'll have little jars of weird stuff bubbling away. So that's the first process. Now, like I said, every couple of days I shall be giving this a stir. But the next process you won't see until next month, I'm afraid. Stay tuned. So as we picked a load of limes off, and like I said, there's loads more to go, but limes, like a lot of fruit, once it's picked off the tree, realistically it doesn't keep that well. So I'm slicing up the limes, and what I'm also going to do then, all the little nub ends I've cut off, I'm going to add them to the lime pickle, so none of it will go to waste. So all this lot will get frozen, and then they'll be ideal for, well, just to add little zesty flavours as and when we need them. So just have to remember to label them as limes, and because they do look quite lemony.
Okay, so that's a zesty goodbye from us for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.
Tea towel to put this one to bed with, so just do that in a moment.
So before we go, we've got some big thank yous for stuff people have bought us on our wish list.
And also, really look at this. I don't know if hopefully you can see this.
Yeah.
This has been sent to us all the way from Victoria in Australia, from Coral and Greg. Thank you. It's so interesting. This is West Cornwall, that's my neck of the woods.
It reminds Anne when she was younger.
Yeah, it's like
in her 20s.
How we used to live. No, there's some absolutely fabulous photos in there. Yeah, it's really interesting. Thank you so much. It's been it's weird to see some of my old haunts sort of thing. So
cool.
That's really good. Thank you.
And big thank you as well to Nina.
Yeah.
For
the cat toy. The cat's absolutely petrified of it. It's really funny. I'll have to see if we can film it to show. He's just like no idea what to do with it. Yeah. We've got a raised dog bowl, and that's really good for our dogs because they're getting on a bit now, you know, like we all are, and it just helps with their eating and digestion, I believe. But thank you so much for that, and obviously my spatula, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Stuff, so
yeah,
brilliant.
absolutely.
So on that note, thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for ringing that little notification bell.
I hope you all had a really good New Year and have a fabulous New Year and a fabulous 2024. Bye.
Well, we'll get used to it.
One day, yeah.
Bye.